Good morning, everyone. My name is Chris from Two-Headed Wolf Gaming, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Total War Saga, Fronts of Britannia, the East Engle campaign. Last we left off, we were just about to head closer to our neighbor over here, Vedroborg, in order to take over his territories, being that he has no allies. But before we make a few moves, I realized that we haven't talked about objectives, like what's the point of this campaign. Where in Fronts of Britannia you have three types of victories. You have the conquest victory, which is pretty standard for Total War. You just go ahead and try to control a bunch of settlements from the map. You have a short and long fame victory, where you have to fight some great battles and construct certain buildings and gain some certain traits and expand your influence in order to gain a little bit more fame, making you somehow immortalized in history. For this, you also have to construct certain cathedrals and abbeys and churches depending on who you are. There's also the kingdom victory, where you have to control certain provinces plus a number of them, and I will go with the kingdom victory first and foremost because I enjoy that when you reach the short kingdom victory, at least for the other factions, it changes your name. So from East Anglia, we will become something else. It's the same on the kingdom victory. We will get a different name. It has that charm, at least for me, that you get in Victoria or games like Europa Universalis, when if you control certain territories, you can actually become a bigger country, right? I might go for Ultimate Victory. For this, we just have to complete one of the long ones and survive the Viking invasion fleets that will come once more. For the moment, we're just gonna fight for these, and we'll see as we move along what we wanna achieve as a side quest, if we really want to. I will take this army over here, our king, and move him just slightly closer. We take a look at his armies, like we see a yellow soldier over here. Now this means that his troops are replenishing. He has one more unit than me, plus this is a village, so he won't have a garrison, and that is really good for us. I will bring the army on top, closer to his village, just so that on our next turn we can move in and take both his territories. We have one of our governors gaining another skill. Unfortunately, he is bad at governing and he has this usurper allegiance, which makes the area more disloyal, and he's also impassioned, which once again provides him with another +2 to the usurpers. And as we can see here in the city, we see their influence growing and ours lowering, which might create problems in the near future. I want to keep him more loyal and really try to balance this out, because he's pretty good as someone who can keep the area quite strong in regards to public order. So I will provide him with a priest. It gives him +2 to faction allegiance and +1 to loyalty, so it will cancel at least this side of his personality. Anlaf is still on low loyalty. We will try to give him a priest as well as soon as we can. And let's see what we do with the money. For Isiax, we can actually look to upgrade a few buildings. We have only 5 food at the moment. And it might actually be a pretty good idea to build or improve one of our food production buildings. If we look at this village over here, it's on the edge, and I do not want to upgrade this right now because invaders might come in the island. This village over here is quite inside our land, so I believe this is the best choice for upgrading our food production. That's about it. Let's move on.
Success is rewarded. Our foe shall fall!
Let's move in and declare war on him. This is just our ally, so
We will defend
he joins us in war. On his troop he has an army of swordsmen that is not fully replenished. He has 2 long axemen, which could be pretty dangerous. He has a cav and a few spearmen. Not the largest army, but I think we'll just encircle him and wait for him to sally out. He will probably do so, seeing that we are quite equal in strength. I will also use this army over here and take over his abbey.
Yes.
And in this way we just managed to take over the town without too much of a problem. The good thing about having 2 small priories over here is that they both provide +2 at this level of public order. And so when we are going to conquer the city and the rest of the territories, it's gonna help us to keep it stable even though we do not have an army present. Once again, let's look. Skills available. Finally, unlock, gain a level. So we are going to work on making him bring him to at least 4 points of loyalty, just so that he doesn't flip and create problems in the future for us. As far as economy goes, if we take a look over here, I would like actually to upgrade the Great Hall over here. If we do so, we gain another +1 to public order, plus it opens up another slot for us which we can use to make more commercial buildings available, so we are going to improve our economy. Let's speed it up a little bit, and if we take a look at technology, which we should start soon, we would need to have 2 more swords and or axe infantry units. Like, we do not have the food for it right now, so we're just gonna skip ahead. As expected, they sell it out against us. Let's just do a quick save so it doesn't crash, and do a battle. So here we are, just plains as far as the eyes can see, and a little swamp to our right.
Archers!
Put our archers in front, keep our axemen behind.
Glory and plunder! Chosen by
Our
Odin!
king and our swordsman over here. Put the spearmen on the side as usual.
State your
A
order!
quick formation and a
Horsemen!
cap in the back. We
State your
would have found it pretty useful if they replenished a little bit more, but right at this point. We can't afford it too much.
With speed, warriors!
So let's move ahead. There's a lot of fog.
Cavalry! Ride like the wind! Cavalry! Faster!
I don't want to move up to him more than this, as I do want to skirmish a little bit and the trees will protect him from missiles.
Spearmen! Battle orders! Ride harder! Bring death! Cavalry! Faster! Bowmen! The enemy approaches!
Let's see where his long axemen are. Those are pretty dangerous, so I would really love
The enemy are here?
to get the chance to just shoot them with our missiles.
Command us!
I'm gonna move up my troops.
Quick on the pace!
I'm gonna try to hopefully make him react before
Up the pace, men!
before he forces us to react to him. I'm trying not to give him the initiative right now.
Enemy charge! Bowman! Where's the fight? The enemy Move it, men! Attack! Up the pace, men! End them! Up the pace, men! Beat them down! Cavalry! Spearmen! Our general is under attack! Fire on them!
Let's see where are the other long axemen. There they are. We will bring in our troops. I'm just bringing my cav in for a charge. Those are the spearmen, so I'm not gonna keep them here. I'm gonna retreat them as quickly as possible.
Warriors with speed! Move it, men! Run them down! Up the pace, men!
Let's do another charging over here.
Swordsmen!
We broke one of their units.
Warriors with
Let's bring our swordsmen in. Let's bring our king over there.
Hasten yourselves! Spearmen!
Our spearman actually caught on to his cap.
Ready for war! Up the pace,
I'm
men!
gonna change my tactic with the swordsman and bring them in to help the king.
Horsemen! Got them! Smash them!
And also have the spearmen try to break this little group over here so we can go to the bigger group up north.
Archers! The troops around them!
Apparently these axemen are just sitting here after fighting with the king. Our king is getting a little bit beaten.
Spearmen! Run them down!
We will have to pay attention to them. We just got hit by a cav.
Where's the fight? Full gallop! Horsemen! Speed it up! Hillsmen! Got them! Drive your mounts! Get them!
Let's use our cap to do the same, to do our hammer and anvil over here.
End them! Where's the enemy charge?
Not as successful, we got blocked by the long axeman,
Got them!
but we will split.
Spearmen!
Let's use our archers to
leaving the field! Let fly!
hit what? Let's hit the spearmen over here.
They flee before our might!
Let's use the ability of our king.
The battle is
Still
turning in our
charging.
favor! Horsemen! End them!
The point of this battle might not be, we will not get to fully take his city, but if we can reduce their number, then it will be very easy to just take the initiative and attack him on the next turn.
The enemy is routing! Hillsmen! Bring death! Smash End them! Attack! Bowmen!
Just gonna keep shooting and try not to shoot my
Battle orders!
own troops at this point because they're pretty blocked out. Let me give you a little highlight of the battle over here. Pretty intense.
The troops around them! We must avenge the Where's the fight?
I'll stay over here just to do a slight cleanup and we're done.
Got them!
that. And for this we are going to take the money instead of anything else because we use it a little bit more than the replenishment right now. We have another decision, crime and punishment. You have captured a murderer who has committed many heinous crimes. Your warriors say there was never one more deserving of death, perhaps even the excruciating death of the Blood Eagle. However, by English tradition, a trial must be held, and the execution, while inevitable, must be carried out according to local law. Should you propose to use your people's tradition or those of the people you now rule? As I said at the beginning, I want to go more towards the English just because it will increase our commerce and also our faction allegiance, which at the moment we have a few characters who really push it the other way. So I'm gonna go closer towards the English. Our scouts are reporting that a small raiding force from Wising has been seen approaching Britannia from the south. We expect them to arrive within a few months. So maybe they've already appeared, but apparently we have some raiders and there is a pretty good chance that they will sail over to these lands in order to raider them. So what I'm gonna do is actually finish this battle pretty quickly. I don't really wanna fight this battle, but autosaving in a Total War game is pretty bad, so I might lose the cap if I don't. I'll just do a quick battle, and I'm not gonna keep you to watch it. I'll be back in a second. Back on the battle map, nothing special happened. And we are just gonna take over this territory over here. And this territory has a farm and a mine, which will provide us with quite a bit of penalty. We are going to move our troops on the next turn. We are really going to run, try to get as close to the coast as possible before the raiders come, because they might present a problem. If we see them that they might go along this way south, then we're not gonna worry about it anymore. Our king gained the level, and so I believe what I'm gonna do is actually give him just 5% more on campaign movement range. At this point, I'll think about what to do next. Let's see, what race does he have? He gained a few heroic traits, maneuvering and war chief. War chief gives him +1 to command and influence, and +1 to melee skill for all units. Is maneuvering. We gain from winning level battles when defending. I think he probably came with this at the beginning of the game. I just forgot about it. We have this character over here as well.
We're ready. We'll see this
Which we might decide to move over this way in case the raiders will march to the north. We have 40 more food. So one of the things that we wanted to do was to recruit 2 more units, like we'll have to do. Let's see if I can do it now. Oh, we actually can. So we need 2 more swords or axe infantry. I will bring both of these in our army. And now research is available in the melee units 3, I guess you would call it. So melee specialist will unlock shield biters and huskarls and -1 unit replenishment for Levy Axe. Let's go with that. As far as skills available, one of our governors leveled up. He has 3 loyalty. I want to push him to 4 loyalty. Also, this +2, once again, of the +2 allegiance to our faction will actually balance the +2 to usurper allegiance. We have this? Yeah, so we just gained the war chief right now. There's a really cool idea in this game as far as traits go. If we go over to the book of traits in the top left corner of the screen, you find a book with all the traits in all the categories, and they actually appear over here as you gain them throughout different playthroughs. And I really enjoy that idea. If you're a completionist, like this might be something that you want to try out, and it gives you a certain idea of how to gain this particular trait. Sometimes it might be a way to actually have towns built in such a way that it gives the characters you have the traits that might be most useful for them. We have a little bit more money. We go back to ECX. We already did all we could. We can just work on upgrading the salt mines over here. And it might not be a bad idea to do so. We have 2 to public order. There is also a +1 from over here. So I believe we'll actually upgrade one of the salt mines. I would want to do with one that it's not so close to the coast. We might have an army over here, so it's gonna be better protected long term. So I'll build it. I'll upgrade this salt mine over here with more salt production because we can trade that away and the base income. And just slightly more food. That's all the money I have. Let's do one more turn before we wrap this episode up. Yeah, so the raiders came and they've actually already declared war on us. We've gained the mission too. A distant cousin of ours has the audacity to try and raid London, despite us having a legitimate claim to the land. We must prove our right to rule and defend this realm against the Weasing. And we will be getting Grantebru's land. Oh, so if we defeat
Not possible.
the raiders over here, we will receive these 2 territories from
By no means.
our vassal.
We'll
That is
pledge
perfect.
our service.
So as I said before, what I'm gonna do is actually try to march as close to the coast as possible. I hope that we can get over here in time. I'm just gonna rush this army towards this part of the coast. We have 10 more food. So maybe I should have just put him here into the town to recruit one before moving on. At this point, as far as money goes, I personally don't believe there's a point to recruiting another general, because by the time they're replenishing, they won't be able to fight a 13 stack army. That is not a great idea. We've gained -3, and why is that? So we got -3 from allegiance, we got -2 from taxation, and -2 from the building. So because the governor over here has this +2 to usurper allegiance, it went up quite a bit to the point that it offers us a -3 penalty to public order, and in this game that means a 3% chance of rebellion. I don't
We pledge your service.
actually what I'll do is I'll cancel the construction of this building because it will provide us with another -2 to public order, and we won't be able to balance that out just yet. But we can upgrade this clothier over here to provide us even more money. Another thing that we can do, we can go to our second richest region, Suffolk, over here, and either improve the farm or the port. If we improve the port over here, we might get more campaign movement and income from commerce, or we can get plus 4% trade faction wide. If we go to Norwich, well, Norwich is a pretty interesting area because we do have the lead. Like, we can turn this into an economic powerhouse as well. We have some really rich provinces to start with, the way I see it. But let's get a little bit more food so we can increase our armies. Because we will need at least one more army to keep watch over this southern area as we expand north. Well, that seems to be it. This is all the time that we have for today. I thank you very much for watching, and if you've stuck to the end of this second episode, let me tell you that feedback is very welcome, so leave a comment down in the comment section and tell me what you think I should do better and what you think I am doing better, and get like. And also don't forget to leave a like and a subscribe. It helps the channel grow. So thank you very much for watching. I wish you a wonderful day. Goodbye.